Hello everyone and welcome back to Beatley Tones Beatles channel. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining me for this video. Hope you're all doing well. It is the 21st of March. It is the release day for the Venus and Mars half-speed master and mine has arrived. Here it is. So we're going to get it unboxed. There's also the merch which is also arrived. I was showing you the rest of the merch that I bought, and also after I've unboxed it, I'm going to go away, I'm going to listen to it, and then I'm going to come back and record a little review at the end of this and let you know how it sounds. So here it is. Let's get it unboxed. As we know, all these half-speed masters have had this kind of obi strip here, and and each one has been a different colour. The one for Venus and Mars is this sort of, lilac-y blue colour. I'll get it open and then show you the obi strip properly. What do we need? We need a little plectrum. The plectrum of choice today is Beatles one with Beatle pull on the back, most appropriately. So let's get the shrink off. You don't get a hype sticker with these because the obi strip really is the hype sticker. So let's get the shrink off, which it is. So let's get a look at give you a look at the obi strip. So there it is, sort of close up. And I'll just read what it says. Paul McCartney, half-speed mastering, Venus and Mars wings. This record was pressed from a master cut using precision technique known as half-speed mastering. The procedure requires the source master and the cutting lathe to run at half speed on a specially adapted Newman VMS 89 lathe. So always when we get these half-speed masters, people always say, why isn't there a CD version? And that is because you can't cut CDs at half speed. If this is something that only applies to vinyl. Lots of people still calling it half speed remaster. It's not a remaster because remaster refers to either the second or third or fourth generation of mastering. So this has been mastered at from scratch, from the the original tapes, and this is like the first time that it's being mastered at half speed. So it's a half speed master, not a half speed remaster. So this is the other side of the obi strip there, that part there, obviously with the track listing and the timings of the track. This bit here I will read in a minute. If you want to read it yourself and pause the video and read it yourself, obviously you can. This bit here I'm not going to read out, but same applies to that if you want to go through that. And so the bit in the middle, it says originally released in May 1975, this edition was cut by Miles Scholl at half speed using high resolution transfers of the original 1975 master tapes at Abbey Road Studios on the 28th of August 2024. So it just shows how far in advance they are doing this. So this record was cut 7 months ago, and here we have it. But really glad that it has arrived on release day. So congratulations to PaulMcCartney.com and the Royal Mail in the UK for delivering it on release day. So front cover, I've got stuff falling out of it already. That is the front cover of the album that you're all familiar with. The back cover there with the lyrics and the gatefold. So with these half-speed masters, they've always tried to stick to the Half Speed Master always replicates the original release as far as labels go, as far as the sleeve goes, and as far as the inserts go as well. So there was quite a lot that came with Venus and Mars, and hopefully it's all in here. Let's just check. So we've got quite a lot in here. Okay, so we've got Venus and Mars sticker there, and a strip of stickers as well here. The planets. And we get two posters with this. It's stuck. Alright, let's get it open. There we go. Let's just stand up and show you that. So it's quite a huge poster, this one. And that's that one. That's the first poster. This is the second poster taken at the Mardi Gras in 1975. Paul and Linda there. Really great inserts for this album, and there should be some other stuff as well, like a record, one record. You always get one of these with the Half Speed Masters. Is exactly I think, well, it's almost what I just read out. The first paragraph there is what I just read out on the Obi strip. The second part, it says this specialized technique transforms difficult to cut high-end frequencies into easier to cut mid-range frequencies. The result is a cut with excellent high frequency response and very solid and stable stereo images. In short, Half Speed Mastering produces a master of the highest quality. That is written by Miles Scholl, who is the mastering engineer at Abbey Road Studios. He doesn't just do Beatles stuff. He does lots of other artists that record at Abbey Road, notably The Who. The Who's Half Speed Masters done by Miles Scholl as well. That is the inner sleeve as it was, with all the planets and their orbits and all that sort of stuff. And here is the record. Oh, it's a beauty. Looks really nice on the Capitol label with the 2 billiard balls on the label. Close up there. And then side 2. So that is the thing unboxed. That's everything that you get inside the sleeve. Now, the proof of the pudding with these things is always how they sound. And I've always thought with these Half Speed Masters that the ones that have come previously, McCartney, Ram, Wildlife, and Red Rose Speedway, I thought that there was a massive improvement in the sound quality of those. With Band on the Run, I didn't find that the difference was as big as it was on the first 4. So in a minute I'm going to go and listen to Venus and Mars, and then I'll come back and tell you whether there's a notable difference on this. I am really looking forward to hearing this album because it is my favourite McCartney solo album. Okay, so that's coming up in a minute. While I'm here, I'll just show you the merch that I bought as well that was available for this. Obviously, this T-shirt. I also bought this slip mat, which is you're supposed to put on your turntable. I'm not actually going to do that. I'm probably just going to hang it on the wall behind. I also bought this T-shirt as well, the blue T-shirt, which has got that sort of Venus and Mars bit on it, and on the back it's got Venus and Mars are all right tonight. So that is what I bought. I didn't go mad. I didn't buy everything, but I bought the bits that I wanted. Okay, right. I'm off. I'm going to go and listen to the record. I'm going to be back. Well, for you, I'll be back in a few seconds, but I'll probably be back in about 40 minutes or so. 40 minutes. Who was I kidding? I didn't factor in the fact that if I'm going to, review this half-speed master, I've got to compare it against, another copy of Venus and Mars that I've got to be able to make, to tell you what has changed. And so 2 hours later, I'm back. So what I did was I compared it against my original UK pressing. This is a 1975 first pressing of Venus and Mars, although I was a bit late arriving at the game, and I didn't actually get this until 1977. So I compared it against this because I think that this is the best copy of this album, or the best pressing of this album up to this point. I didn't think that the archive remastering of Venus and Mars was that great. And people talk, there's a lot of talk about Venus and Mars should have a remix, and we know Paul shies away from remixing his solo stuff, and I'm not a big subscriber to the fact that Venus and Mars should be remixed, and obviously it depends on what pressing that you've got, but this 1975 UK pressing to me is very good. The only complaint that I have about the mix of this version is that I think that the snare drum throughout that pressing should be louder, and they could get, with a remix, they could get a better sound on the tom-toms on the drum kit, because they could do that with a remix, because on that original pressing they do sound a bit lifeless, a little bit dead, and that would be my only complaint. But otherwise, I think that Venus and Mars, the original version, is a superb sounding album. So that is the one that I have compared it against. I didn't really like, as I say, I didn't really like the archive edition remaster, which when you listen to that on vinyl, it is just a straight digital transfer, from the CD or whatever, but not from the CD, but it's digital files put onto vinyl. The sound quality that you hear is, of course, subjective. There's lots of factors. Name a few of them. The room that you're listening to it in, the acoustics in that room, obviously the hi-fi that you are listening to it on. And your ears, and we've all got different different hearing at our age, and we've all got different hi-fis, and we all listen in different rooms. So what I say about this is is just my opinion, and it is subjective. Sound quality is always subjective, and there's no getting away from that. So you kind of have to make your own mind up on this. So what did I listen to this half-speed master on? I didn't listen to it on my hi-fi system that I have in here. Went into the house on my main hi-fi, where I normally listen to music. So the record deck is a Michelle Engineering gyro deck, and that's fitted with a moving coil cartridge. This one here is a moving magnet. Moving coil is supposed to give you greater detail from the records. I listened to it through my amp, which is a Name Supernate 3 amp, and my speakers are Monitor Audio Gold 5th generation floor standing speakers. And my hi-fi, I'm probably at endgame with my hi-fi. I've been upgrading my hi-fi for years and years, and I think I'm finally now absolutely happy with what I've got, and no intention of any more upgrades, because I don't think that I can better what I've got without spending thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, and I'm not doing that, because what I've got sounds superb to my ears. It's the sort of thing that can make any music sound really good, apart from any Christa Berg albums. I've listened. I literally listened to it track by track. So I played my 75 copy, the first track, Venus and Mars, then played the half-speed master, Venus and Mars, and went through like that. And it's very, very time-consuming, doing that. Because you have to keep swapping the records over. It's not like comparing, digital files, where you can just stop and start on your computer or whatever. So it does take a bit of time, and also it's quite difficult to compare, because when you've listened to one track and then you've swapped the record over, you have to kind of remember what you've just heard. You've got to remember what you've just heard, and I can remember last year when I talked about the Band on the Run half-speed master, that I thought that we might be at a point of diminishing returns, because as we go through the 70s, recording techniques tended to improve. So as we go through the decades, records tended to sound better and better the later we got through the decade. So when you get to a half-speed master, you have to say, how much can the sound be improved without actually doing a remix. I did think with the first 4 half-speed masters, there was a noticeable improvement on those half-speed masters compared with the my old albums from the 70s. With Band on the Run, I didn't think there was. I didn't think there was too much difference, and I find the same thing with Venus and Mars, maybe even less so, because as I say, I think that my analog version of Venus and Mars sounds superb. Apart from that little niggly drum thing, apart from that, it sounds really powerful and really robust. And the half-speed master sounds superb. It sounds superb. It sounds really good. Whether it sounds better than my original analog copy from the 70s, time will tell. Time will tell. The more I play it, I might have a different opinion, but my initial opinion of it is that the differences between this half-speed master and my original 1970s version of Venus and Mars is fairly minimal. And so I think that as we go through, we're kind of, arriving at a situation of diminishing returns with these half-speed masters. Does that mean that I'm going to dip it out of the half-speed master series going forward? Because obviously, next year we're going to get Wings at the Speed of Sound. No, probably not. I'll keep going with them, because I do like an ongoing series to collect. But there are some things on this half-speed master that I have noticed. First of all, I think that the half-speed master has been cut quieter than my original 1970s. So when I put on the first track, Venus and Mars, I listened to it on the analog copy from the 70s. Then I put on the half-speed master. I had to crank it up a little bit to get it to the same volume. So it has been cut a little bit quieter than the original. I do think that the original Venus and Mars, or certainly the UK pressing, was cut fairly hot. It's quite a loud pressing, but it's got balls. It's got balls, and I'm not saying that the half-speed master doesn't have balls, but I did find that you have to crank it up a little bit. That may be something to do with my my moving coil cartridge, because they do require more power. But that you would have thought that if it was to do with that, then it would have affected both copies. So I'm kind of, disregarding that. I think the real winner on this half-speed master is the overall soundstage of the songs, the placement of instruments. It kind of does what it says on the tin, what it says on Miles Scholl's little insert with the record, that the soundstage kind of sounds more steady, and you might notice some different placements of instruments in the soundstage, but it seems a little bit wider to me. As far as the songs go, the songs with more space in them sound really good. Some winners there. The quieter songs, I'm talking about things like Loving Song, Venus and Mars Reprise, Treat Her Gently, Lonely Old People. They sound really superb, and you kind of you feel the space that's in those songs. Songs with horns on them sound absolutely superb. Not that they didn't on the original version, because they did, but songs like Letting Go, Listen to What the Man Said, Call Me Back Again, absolutely superb. The horns sound fantastic. I thought Rock Show sounded brilliant on this half-speed master. Probably, if I was to say one track that I could say definitely sounds better than it does on the original, it is Rock Show. I noticed some piano chops on that I hadn't really noticed before, and I also heard some piano chops on Magneto and Titanium Man as well that I hadn't noticed before. So that sounded they sounded really good as well. So really enjoyed that part of sort of hearing that those piano chops are there in the original. Of course they are, because this hasn't been remember, this is not a remix, so there's nothing been added, nothing been taken away. You're just kind of hearing it in a different way. And as far as instrumentation goes, the winners, as we said, or as Miles Scholl said on his insert, the things with high frequency has been brought down to a medium frequency, which is great for us old people, because as you get older, you lose some of the higher frequencies in your hearing, so you kind of hear more. So things like percussion, tambourines, hi-hats on the drum kit, cymbals sound absolutely crystal clear and absolutely spot on. So that is really good. So that was a definite winner as well. Also, backing vocals, and and this album is absolutely swathed in backing vocals, and particularly high backing vocals sound really good, and much clearer, I think, on this half-speed master. Now, when we got the Band on the Run half-speed master last year, I thought that there had been some smoothing out of the bass, and I think that the same thing has happened on Venus and Mars as well. Now, some people might like that, some people might not. I think it's a matter of your own opinion. Personally, I really like how robust and upfront and absolutely popping the bass is on my original copy of Venus and Mars. I think I prefer the bass on that, but some people might like the bass being a little bit more subtle. Now, it's not buried in the mix or anything like that, so don't worry about that. You'll be hearing plenty of bass, because it's Paul McCartney producing for a start. There's plenty of bass, but you might not like the smoothing out as much as the sort of the more ballsy bass that we had on the original. I think that is a matter of taste, particularly on tracks like Letting Go and Call Me Back Again. The bass is really, really popping on the analog version of Venus and Mars. But have a listen to it and see what you think. So that's my general opinion of this half-speed master. It does sound really, really nice. Is it gonna? Are you going to think it sounded better than your original copy? I don't know. That is going to be up to your ears and your hi-fi gear to make that decision. I'm not sure at the moment. I'm not sure, but I have got absolutely no complaints about the half-speed master. It's just whether it's better than what we already had. I'm not really sure. What I will say about it is that the Half-Speed Master has been pressed in Germany, which is always a good sign. 180 gram vinyl, and you know, when I put the stylus on the record, you know, it was as quiet as a very shy mouse at a cat's birthday party. It was silent. So, you know, no complaints whatsoever. It's really nice to have a clean copy. You know, my analog copy, as I say, it is my favourite McCartney solo album, so it has been absolutely played to death, and it's been played to death a lot, you know, when I was a kid on not very good equipment, and it still sounds really good to me. So, you know, it's very nice to have a clean copy. You know, my old version has got a few, you know, characteristic crackles and pops as you go through. You know, on the quieter bits, you kind of hear it. Obviously, that I don't have that problem now with the Half-Speed Master. My original, 70s copy is a bit battered and bruised now, and you know, the inner sleeve is it's coming apart. You know, not that I could glue that and it would be absolutely fine, but it is nice to have a nice clean copy. And of course, my posters from the original, my original Venus and Mars went up on my bedroom wall, so they are long gone. So it's nice to have some new ones of those. So yeah, I mean, I think generally it's a thumbs up for the Half-Speed Master. As I say, you know, you need to judge it for yourself, I think. You know, just summing up, whilst I haven't been absolutely blown away with this Half-Speed Master, I have really enjoyed it, and I do think it sounds superb. But I would love to know what you guys think of it when yours arrives and you will judge it for yourself. Please let me know down in the comments below what you think of it. You know, I do read all your comments, and I will respond to all your comments as well. Please remember to give this video a like, because it really helps the channel and helps this video get out to more people. So you'll be doing me a big favour by giving it a like. If you are not subscribed to the channel and you just come across this video randomly and you like what you see, please consider supporting the channel by subscribing, because I'd love to have you along for the ride. Okay, well, that is it from me. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.